Hi. In 1969, Jimi Hendrix played the national anthem on the stage of Woodstock. The devil showed up in California. His name was Charles Manson. Neil Armstrong and Edward Buzz Aldrin were the first men to set foot on the moon. And Don and I became friends. Since Don loved the old classic movies, I think he'd say of our relationship, hang on, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Don and I have been a makeshift family from the day we met. We've had multiple families. I was the fifth sister in the Mers clan. We hung out together every day after school in the Mers family room, watching Dark Shadows and playing cards. On one particular day, Don showed up and said that he was draft pick number 276. Everyone cheered because Don was not going to Vietnam. After high school, Don became the adopted son of my parents. He was so committed to being part of our family boating life that he was even willing to scrape the bottom of the boat to take the barnacles off the hull. My dad had the cleanest hull in the Great South Bay. When the boat season was over, Don took to learning how to drink from my father. Not a good idea. And of course, we played more cards. Poker this time. Occasionally, Don would have a little too much scotch and he'd fall asleep in the bathroom with his feet wedged against the door so that everybody outside was holding their legs together and screaming at him, but he was not to be awakened. And even my dad's pungent plant fertilizer wouldn't get to him. Then we moved to Virginia, where we started another family, our quad family. That was Don and Beth and Nikki and me. There was a special bedroom set aside just for Beth. Many a fine restaurant, luxurious travel adventures, and fine food and wine events were celebrated during this family time. There are a few things that I would always keep Don forever in my mind about, and maybe they'll be in yours when you see them. When I see them, I find myself looking inward, and there's Don holding them and cherishing them. He had his own special way with them. A deck of 52 cards, every card unique, each card representing 1 year of our relationship. He loved cards, not just bridge. He loved poker, and he loved hearts and spades. A lot of cards were played on the boat and at home. But bridge was his favorite. He loved to challenge the masters in the New York Times and beat them at their own game. And that was his online go-to game, but mostly bridge was about having fun with friends. Listening to baseball and football and hockey and basketball and tennis and even golf. Over a crackling radio that sounded like it was broadcasting from Jupiter. Bubbly and wine and beer, but mostly bubbly. I can't look at a bottle of champagne without thinking of Don. Food, lobster, and taking cooking classes from Gerard. Mostly to eat at the family-style table, though, not necessarily to learn how to cook them. Lovingly lingering over a museum label. More important than the museum artifact. A not-so-old, not-so-gingerly handled paperback. No one explained better to me the wonderful achievement of mankind that is the paperback. It's always there to fill those moments while you're waiting for someone, he'd say, giving me a gaze, the Don gaze. but you could see there was a chuckle in his eye. And it goes anywhere with you. You just stick it in your back pocket. Apparently, Don realized the future of mobile tech before mobile tech was born. We have lost a great historian, not an academic or scholar, but simply a man who was fascinated by the feats of man, enjoying them through great historic stories. He was Irish. He loved to reach deeply into the cultures and people of yesterday and the events that transformed into what we have today. When he traveled all over the world, reaching for that Million-Mile Club award, he sought those remnants of time left by these ancient people, and he sought the natural world. He knew well how nature around humankind is the clay with which we form our own world. You need to experience them both if you are to understand our world. Sometimes he liked to travel into the future. Avatar and Fifth Element and Blade Runner, those were the movies in his canon. Never for a moment did he tire of having a child's wonder through storytelling. We were friends for 52 years. And for 20 of them, we made one more family. In our marriage, Don gave me the greatest gift that I have ever wanted. I dreamed of Nikki before she was born. And now Nikki and Reed once again have gifted us with a beautiful granddaughter, Avery. Family was so important to Don. For Don, when Avery was born, he morphed into the butterfly that he had strived to be his whole life. And our butterfly received the greatest title he could ever hope for, Papa. And so, my family and friends, if you ever wonder if Don is still here, just watch Avery or have a chat with Nikki. Just watch Avery play. Avery's an imp and a tease. And when she thinks she's got you, you will catch that same impish glint in her eye that you would have seen in Don's eyes when he told you how useful it was to have a paperback in your back pocket. No wonder Avery loves books. There you are, Don. I see you in our chubby, jowled, sparkly-eyed granddaughter. I hear you whenever Nikki decides it's time for us to have a conversation. You will always be here. We all love you, and I especially love you.